Take 5 with Ricovibes, the ultimate in entertainment. Live interviews, social commentary, and so much more. Go tell somebody you're now locked into Take 5 with Ricovibes. This episode of Take 5 with Ricovibes is brought to you by
The Scorpion Cup Clash. Happens to be Saturday, November the 16th. Inside of the Case Oasis. It's all about representing the UK. Natural or fear.
Natural or fear, I saw the guan. Bird, I saw the guan.
Versus Blood Posse, representing the USA.
The boy they over there, so them get gunshot regular. Running out Blood Posse and get killed regular.
Sound provided by Rhythm Rider. Early juggling by Enterprise Squad. And it's all hosted by Ghetto Hype and Cypress. The clash starts at 11:30. But tell us something, that warrior, I got mad. Make sure you line up your crew, cause soon I got dead. Limited advance early bird tickets are $30. Contact 617-799-3179 to lock in your early clash tickets. Case Oasis, it's the Scorpion Cup Clash. Saturday, November the 16th. All powered by Mikey Million. The war is on.
Young Posse, here we go, no child, no sorry, no child.
Natural affair,
What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Ricovibes, and welcome back to another edition of Take 5. I got a special guest in the building, the one and only Dappa Lee. Innocent Sound. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, you know. Just here chilling.
It's been in the works for a while, but nothing happens before you start. Like I always say, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of hard to interview, to be honest.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah,
we're gonna find out.
I'll take long to interview.
All right. For the folks in the Clash world, because you're mostly known in the Clash world, of course. Mm-hmm. What's your background? Where you coming from? Was Innocent your first sound that you played?
No, I was in New York. I moved to Florida in '94. Mm-hmm. And I started playing a song called Crystal.
Okay.
One of the big songs them from Miami, Florida. R.I.P. Father Sonny. Mm-hmm. Big up, shout up. Janada, R.I.P. Don't know. Boro Keisha.
Okay. And how long did you play that song?
I would say I played Crystal from '94 till about '96.
Okay, so 2 years, about.
2 years. I went on there basically as an apprentice. Started stepping up very fast. It like beyond my beliefs.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So did you leave that and go to Innocent at that point?
No. Me and Crystal had a falling out. Mm. It was uncalled for. Mm. Didn't need to happen, but it was a misunderstanding. And I felt the need to step away. Gotcha. Because I felt like I was accused of something, and when the truth revealed itself, I never got an apology. So I just decided to just not play any song.
To part ways.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. At what point did you start playing Innocent Sound?
97. Before Innocent, we started doing mix CDs. We was the first people, me and Chris Black, we was the first people to put out mix CDs. Okay. And like even the Black Chinese CDs, all of those, they had to come to us to get duplications and stuff. So yeah, we started the mix CD scene.
Gotcha. Yeah, wow.
This is when Danger Marcus and Roughneck was actually controlling. They was putting out some good mix tapes.
Gotcha.
And
I was putting out mixtapes in New York as well, yeah.
Adonai had a nice mixtape too.
Right.
And we decided to transition to
make CDs.
Right. We had our own burner at first, so we used to burn like maybe 20, 40 at a time.
This was in South Florida?
Yes.
Okay.
Hand to hand sell them.
Really?
And then Chris had found Chris the same Diamond Dubs from Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah. He found a duplication place, and we got the inserts made and started doing fantasy, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and started doing mix CDs.
Yeah, I remember those.
And we did a lot of college parties.
Gotcha.
Right, so we was doing like FAMU, Homecoming, FSU Blowout, that type of stuff.
Wow. Okay. So you were juggling at that point?
Yeah, I've always been a juggler. Okay. By nature, I'm a juggler. The only reason I always had a love for Clash, but the reason why I took on the Clash thing was because at one point in dancehall, I felt like the music was just getting out of hand as far as too much of one thing.
Got it.
Like if you could recall the 2004 era, it was dancing was taking over, but all the songs sounded alike.
Yeah.
Over the wall.
Yeah.
Propeller, Umbrella, Scooby-Doo,
you're right.
Sesame Street.
Right.
It was all sounded the same.
Once you find a formula, everybody stick with that formula.
So I kind of lost a taste for dance hall, the juggling world because of that. It was like, oh God, I'm playing this all night.
Yeah.
And then you only got like maybe one culture segment.
Yeah.
And remember in those days we were playing like, you wasn't always alongside somebody.
True.
You're playing by yourself and you're like, it feels repetitive.
Gotcha. Okay, so is that why you joined an innocent sound, so to speak?
No, I was actually sitting in the barber shop minding my business, and a big man just bust through the door. Yo, who named Dappa? And my barber, which is one of my closest friends, Rory, was like, who wants to know? And my name Taylor. Someone tell me say I want a body selector down here. Boom, boom, boom. Me have a son. So then I stepped to the side and we had a sidebar outside the barbershop and we was talking. Crazy part is he actually had an event the day after he met me. So he met me on a Thursday and I had to go to LA to play the sound on the Friday. Like,
whoa, that's not preparation.
Yeah. There was no preparation, but I had my own records, so I didn't need anything.
Okay. Were they clashing at that point?
No.
So it was a juggling sound.
It was a party song.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Innocent was a party song.
Okay. Who was on the sound of that?
So basically, you know how a sound already starts with brethren and brethren.
Yes.
So, you had Brian, you have Shaba, Taylor. I don't want to. Boise from Ghetto Story. Yeah, he was part of Innocent too. At one point, I believe Mark from Bass Odyssey was supposed to play Innocent also. So it was like, but it was more of a crew thing, more than to be the so-called sound that now how we would look at sound systems.
Right.
Like sound system is more, put together differently now. Everything is calculated.
Right, of course. It's more of a business now.
Yeah, it can be.
Right.
It can be.
It's not always, but you're right.
It's not
you're
always.
Right. You're right. Okay. So how long did you play the sound before Nasheen became a part of the sound?
I joined the sound in 97 and I brought Nasheen around in 99.
Okay. So you brought Nasheen on.
I brought everybody on.
Okay.
Anybody that's on the sound, I brought them.
So did you go out and scout them, or did you?
No. The Sound Crystal actually, Buru, which is my teacher, he told me about Nasheen, and I remember driving. This time the underground radio station is running the cut, and I heard Nasheen one day on the radio, and I was like, who is that? And Buru told me that's the same guy he was telling me about. So originally they wanted me and Nasheen to play Crystal together, but Nasheen was on Capricorn with Stitchy. And when Nasheen stopped playing sound, I remember we had an event and the MC that was MCing for Innocent, me and him didn't too mesh. I saw Nasheen in the corner at a party. Like, yo, why don't you come MC for me? I'm just going to juggle a half hour, such and such. And he's like, yo, I don't do sound thing no more.
Really?
Yeah, I'm about my money. I don't do sound thing. I'm like, all right, I'm not asking you to join the sound. I'm just saying, come MC for a half hour. And I started juggling. He came up there, started MCing, and boy, we ripped up the place. It's crazy. And
so that was the beginning of
yeah, Taylor was like, who is that? Yo, more than Pani song. I'm like, yo, boom, boom, boom. We exchanged numbers. I started like talking to him, trying to get him to join the sound, and then it finally happened. So we was about our money too. So it was like Nasheen was basically on some street stuff back then, which music was my main focus, but I still had my street thing going on. We all came from a certain place where, we do what we got to do to get our bread. So it was more like, yo, over here, so you still can't get your bread. Matter of fact, you could get more bread. You know what I mean? So it's one of them situations.
Right. What was the first clash that you guys entered as Innocent, Nasheen Fire, Dappa Lee?
With Nasheen?
Yes.
Dang. That's a good one. Because remember back then, a lot of dances turned into clashes.
Well, that's true.
So I want to say the first official clash was Miami Fully Loaded 2001, which consisted of Innocent, Crystal that I used to play, Universal, which is a very big song, R.I.P. Bud Spencer, Prodigy Movements, City Star. I think there was probably one more song I just can't remember right now.
Who won that clash?
Innocent.
Okay. Did you remember what tune you used to win? Or to get the biggest forward, maybe?
Biggest forwards, no, because we were pretty much the sound with the most new tunes at the time.
Okay.
But one that stood out in the tune for tune was Baby Wayne and Ken Booth combination.
Oh, okay. Wow. Do you still have that tune now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Who cuts the tune? Who's instrumental in deciding who gets cut?
I mean, to be honest, we all do our part as far as cutting tunes. I think I get the final say in the outcome of the tune or what rhythm and this and that. I put the jugglings together for the most part. I mix and master every song, but we all have an input on the tunes. Okay. If I'm cutting for Bounty Killer, I may pick two. Juxie, which one you want? Neely, which one you want? Or I might pick one.
Gotcha.
And everybody else pick one. Gotcha. So it's all a team effort.
When Nasheen left the sound, what was the impact, in your opinion, on the sound? Or was there an impact?
Yeah, there was an impact because you have to understand there's certain things Nasheen is willing to do that I'm not willing to do. I don't compromise, and it benefit the sound. Like I'm not the type. I don't treat artists any different from I treat my brother, my sister. Like, you know, but Nasheen was he knew how to communicate with the artist. You know, everybody has their egos. I don't deal with egos. I'm more like, okay, I'm good. But yeah, and then also remember we were a brand that were growing. When people get used to something, they don't want to switch.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, when Nasheen leaving the sound, for sure, it had an impact. Like, you had people saying, oh, yeah, that's it. They're done. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. But at the same time, there were certain things. I was already molded and doing certain things and making an impact in other places other than America. Like when maybe Nasheen was on probation, he couldn't fly, go to Canada. So I had to do those events by myself. So I was already clashing and winning.
Gotcha.
Outside of the States.
Right.
So you have believers and you have non-believers, just like any other situation.
When you started playing by yourself, what was that transition like?
I was kind of used to it. I have an instinct when it comes to, talking to people, when it comes to introducing a song as far as clashes go. I hate to talk MC and juggling. Like, I hate to MC and juggling because I see selectors or MCs say certain things at a certain time that I know those things would never come out my mouth. Like,
gotcha.
I would never style a woman or I can't talk to women certain ways. So there's certain things I won't do that the next person will do. So it's like, and then, you got that crowd that want to hear the raunchiness and the slackness that I might not be willing.
Got it. Got it. Wow.
I
watched the US Rumble
2015.
You won that.
Correct.
That clash. What was that like, winning that on the world stage, pretty much?
Well, here's the thing. We've done events for Irish and Chin already. They tried to do their US Rumble tour. It never worked out good, so it got canceled halfway through. But in that time of doing that one, to be honest, I wasn't prepared for it because I wasn't supposed to be on a bill.
Oh, really?
I wasn't supposed to be on the bill. Chindem used to have a, what's the name, Sound Chat?
Yes.
They had a WhatsApp group, Sound Chat.
Okay.
And I was added to the group.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it, took a look, and I deleted myself. Then I was added again, I deleted myself. I was added one more time, and Nasheen put, Dappa, don't delete yourself. I'm like, yo, what is? He's like, no, you know, chin them, Irish and chin them, you know, I think World Clash was on it wasn't keeping anymore.
Right.
And so they used to, like, basically have conversations. They even had a topic of the day. Like, you never go in a WhatsApp group and it's structured that way. They had a topic of the day. They was really trying to figure out what can they do to bring back this Clash thing.
Gotcha.
And I remember, it's just like getting an interview. Redman, remember Redman, Cassette Redman, was in charge of getting the people to do topic of the day. And Redman asked me, I declined a couple times. And then when I finally did it, I said, all this talking every day, we all can talk about the same thing. But I said, if you really want to bring up a different group of sounds, what you have to do, remember that thing you had called US Rumble? You should bring it back. Bring it back, do it in multiple areas, and get a champion from these areas, right. And then you keep a world clash with those champions.
So you came up with that idea?
We're not going to say that because Chin doesn't like to hear that.
Okay.
Big up Irish and Chin because you know what I mean?
Right.
We all, you have to understand, us as a people, regardless if we're together or not, we all feed off of each other energy. Correct. And we all build each other to a certain way. Correct. Or give an idea or whatever. So, you know, in his head, I don't think he remembers that or recalls.
Right.
But that's what it is.
Okay. What did winning that US Rumble did for your career as well as Innocent?
Well, I would say it convinced the non-believers. Like, nobody believed that I was going to go in there and win that event without Nasheen. Right. So, you know, it kind of just solidified, like, yeah, Dappa know what he's doing. Because you got to recall, before that, I was down here winning the 45 clashes, and it was like landslide. Like, there was no competition. You know what I'm saying? There was no competition. So it was like, it's something that I enjoy doing. It's like taking music, and it's like you get a picture and you cut up the picture and make your own art design out that same one picture. You know what I'm saying? So it was just me bringing my flavor to the business off of what I knew.
Right. Yeah. Right. What do you think about the Clash game now?
It's... boy, I have many different views on the Clash game right now. I think it's more of a click-up thing now. It's not the same. You know, it's more about the likes. It's not about the love of the music. It's more about the money, the likes, who clicks up with who. It's not the same thing.
Do you still enjoy it, or?
I mean,
because of that, do you still enjoy it?
I enjoy it. I still enjoy it. I enjoy going on the stage and doing what I do. I enjoy making people laugh. I enjoy making people jump up and down. I don't like the politics behind it. The whole friendliness, and I don't mind being friendly, but it's like, it's almost like the regular music industry. You're either with us or you're against us. So, you know, you got to let go certain things. This is where we at, and you got to be on board, or we're not going to work with you. That's the type of business it is.
Gotcha.
And I don't like that. It's not the way how it was before.
Wow. Let's talk about the last clash that you were a part of.
Okay.
Animosity versus Innocent Sound. What happened there?
Honestly, that dance was a big disappointment. The turnout was the biggest disappointment.
I mean, it was well promoted. Oh, it was promoted.
The turnout sucked.
Yeah.
It was promoted, but there was no hype to it.
Why do you think that?
I really think, in my mind, and you got to remember, you know, to every musical genius, there's madness.
Yeah.
Like, we all think Kanye is crazy, but then when you watch the documentary, you're like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I felt like if you're going against an opponent who is known for going on all right, if you're a boxer, you know Adrian Bronner. He's this braggadocious guy. He talks the most crap, this and that, whatever. He does everything he needs to do to actually hype up that event.
Yeah.
If you get a fight with Adrian Bronner and he's not doing that, you start to think there's a fix in. I believe they didn't do what they needed to do to put a hype on the event.
Who is this? The promotion or the?
No, not the promotion. The other sound. Because
okay.
you're known for going online, talking the most crap,
Gotcha.
whatever. I felt like in that event, I just felt like they didn't really care to have a full turnout.
Why is that?
Well, think about it. If your clash with Addies got like 1,000 people, my clash with Addies, granted, it's in a bigger venue. Let's say we only got 800 people, because yours was in the heart of COVID. Mine was after a bunch of clashes is going on. So people don't have that same hunger to fly out.
Right.
But, whatever. If you realize every time you're in an event that is full, you're not doing too great with the crowd. What's the best way to pull off a win?
Wow.
If you have a dance that's not well promoted, let's say you got 70 people in a party and you got 30 people with you, it's easier to manipulate the crowd. Because you got to remember, if there's 70 people in a dance, right?
Yeah.
Just remember, and there's no dance in the world, everybody's going to put up their hand. There's no dance in the world. Everybody, some people too bad for give forward. Yeah. Some people too bad for put up their hand, whatever. But you can manipulate that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's just what I feel. But who can say? You know, I'm not in these people's head.
So did you think about this before or after the party? After the dance? After the clash?
Well, there was little things in the winds already prior to the dance. I actually, I'm not even going to go there.
Okay.
There was things in the winds and, you know, people in my ears. You know this is a setup, right? I'm like, how can you set up a clash?
Yeah.
How could it be a setup? Nah, it's a setup. They need this so-and-so to win. I'm like, but how did you come up with that? I even said to my brethren, did you call me this to kind of like...
Get in your head type of thing?
I was like, did you do this to like kill my confidence? Like, I don't get it. He's like, nah, I'm just telling you. You know? I don't want to go too deep into that subject because I don't, you know, it is what it is.
So do you think...
But I mentioned it to the promoters.
And what did they say?
Oh, that's crazy. Why would we be paying you this much money just to set you up? So I'm like, all right, hey, I'm just telling you the streets is talking. I didn't say I listened to the streets. I'm just telling you what the streets is saying. Now I get in that same event, second round. I don't play no music yet. I just got the microphone. I'm saying a speech. Mid-speech, promoter is there. Oh, why for that? Yo, whoa. Wait a minute, you're the promoter. You're one of the promoters. What are you doing? You get paid to heckle?
Wow. Yeah, this is supposed to be neutral.
Right, you're the promoter. Like, what are you doing? Yo! And nobody else, nobody else in the dance is like doing anything he's doing. So for me, it was like, I was taken back. Gotcha. I'm like, wait, are you the promoter or a patron? Because if you paid your money to get in here,
then you can do whatever
you
want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is an oxymoron because the promoter paid more than than anybody that paid to get in, right?
True. He's paying the
but you just don't expect that. You know? But in that moment is when I realized what I was being told before is actually true, because even though you said, why would we pay you this money to do this? If that wasn't in your intention, I should have never witnessed that. You standing in front of the stage doing this. Because that wasn't in your intention. So for a promoter to be heckling one of the sounds that he booked, it's going to throw you off a bit.
Yeah. Wow. So do you think they win fair and square in terms of what they played that night?
I mean, listen, man. I feel like a win is a win.
Gotcha.
I've won dances that I've even felt I could have done better, but I won. A win is a win.
Gotcha. Would you do a rematch?
Would I do a rematch? Yeah, if the money is there, I'll do it. I don't think
in Atlanta or in a neutral. In a neutral.
No, I'll do it here. Okay. The only difference is, I'm telling you right now, if that dance was full, there would have been a big difference. Or not even full, but even nice.
Right.
Wow. You know, I don't play for walls. I don't play for security guards. I don't play for bartenders. I don't play for that. I play for crowds. Crowds that I can make laugh. Not people that group up in one section. And you know what I'm saying? Right. That's not what we do.
Got it. Is there a sound out there that you want to clash now, that you have an intention of clashing now after that?
Nah. No. Rico, I mean, I basically, this year, September, would be 30 years.
Wow.
So basically, I done seen it all. I've done it all. There's not a major event that I haven't been on. I've been on Fully Loaded, been on World Clash, been on Rumble.
Right.
Like, there's nothing I haven't done when it came to this. So, no, not really. It's more about enjoying it. And it's not as easy to enjoy it now than it was before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
is
you got to grasp that moment.
Right. Is the class industry dead?
No, it's not dead. It's just taking a turn. It won't be dead. As long as you got people like Trooper, Polyphemus, King Klepto, the people that are willing to go out and do the work the way we know it in its purest form, it's not going to die. But it is taking a turn to where it's not always that great.
Which artist you think, if you have a clash coming up today, what would the first artist you'd go out and voice?
It just depends on the type of event. See, it's about the crowd.
Gotcha.
So I don't really, if you're talking about right now, you need these people. I'm going to tell you right now. You could voice all these new songs, but there's certain songs that just stand up in a dance. Like Movado has stood the test of time. The Cartels stood the test of time. But if I was to go out and pick a younger artist, it's gonna be like the Chronic Law, the Massacres, the ones that could actually ride the old school rhythms, also, not just the song that they did the 45 on.
Gotcha.
So you got Massacre, Chronic Law, man, enough artists out there.
Got it.
I would like to voice Dexter Daps. He doesn't really do studio like that. He don't do dub plates like that. And I think people haven't noticed. Because when he did Shabba Motherpot, everybody had it on dub.
True.
And they had 1 and 2 more songs. But I can't tell you the last time I heard a Dexter Daps dub plate. Since that era.
I have not.
Yeah. It's uncommon.
He has a song that worthy of a dub plate, though.
I mean, anything's worthy of a dub plate.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
You have somebody on the sound that could rewrite a song.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
See, I know how to rewrite a song. There's no custom I play that I don't handwrite it.
Got it.
Like, if you go on my phone in my notes, you will see dubs from like 10 years ago that I wrote custom. Like, my notes, it stay the same.
Right. I remember it used to be more expensive. Is it still more expensive to custom?
Yeah, but sometimes it's worth it. It depends on the artist.
Gotcha.
As far as regular customs, I don't really pay more for that. I'd rather let the artist know, listen, this is one night.
Right.
I can't play it forever. So you charging too much for something that's disposable.
One night, yeah. Is Innocent going to be your sound for life?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Apart from the car sound I'm building, yes.
Oh, you're building a car sound. Because the car sound thing is really big in Florida.
You know something? I just saw the first flyer the other day.
Yeah. A friend of mine, Richie, he, from Stars FM, he's into the vans and stuff. And,
yeah. I'm building a little car sound.
Okay.
It's an old school car. I got that old school Bimmer.
Right.
And we're gonna check it out. I had to call. Matter of fact, last week I called Mark Dragon. How good are you on car systems?
How good is he? I've never heard him.
He's like, I could do anything. I just got to see the. I got to see the vehicle to see what I could do. I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So you're gonna enter that into clashes as well?
Yeah, for sure.
So would you make dub plates for that, or?
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Should I make dub plates for that, or should that be another entity of Innocent?
Innocent.
Yeah, that's where I'm stuck between that right now. Right now, let's just get the car set up the proper way.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I plan to drive it everywhere and do what I got to do.
Wow. You also said that you're going to be starting a podcast as well.
Oh, yeah. Me and a couple friends down in Florida, yeah.
Is it going to be centered around, what topics is it going to be centered around?
It's going to be centered around Sound Clash, but other things in dancehall. Everything dancehall, really. But it's called the Dub Lounge.
The Dub Lounge. Okay.
You know, I got my studio where I do all my mixing and mastering. Right. That's the Mix Down Dub Lounge. Okay. The podcast is just the Dub Lounge. Dub Lounge, okay. You know and even the mixing, and you've done a lot of stuff for my sound, Natural Vibes. You've done for a lot of other sounds. Is that something that you always wanted to do? Is that something you studied to do? No, I've always had an ear for music. I write. I make beats. I can mix and master to an extent for dub plates.
Gotcha.
When I'm producing a 45, I still send it out to get mix and master because you got to have that certain ear for it to match with the other 45s or the other singles that's out there. But yeah, I've always had an ear for music. I've played instruments and stuff like that. So that is just it's a side hustle, but I take it very serious. In other words, you could send me something and tell me to remix it. If it don't sound good, I don't care how much you're paying. I'm not sending it to you because it's still my name on the line. Because when you go out there and, that didn't sound good. Oh, Dappa, mix it, Yeah. So we're not going to do that.
Right. What's next for Dappa? Other than the podcast, of course, the car sound. What's next for you? Musically?
I'm just trying to finish up my in-house studio, and I'm transitioning my garage into a full studio for now until I get back a basement. But as far as that, man, my thing is always about finding younger talent to do what I do, and who can actually push it further than I can. Because at the end of the day, I'm 45. I'm like,
Yeah. It's still young.
Like I said, still young, but 30 years. You got to understand there's sacrifices you have to make, and that's why I'm not out here juggling the way I used to because of the sacrifices.
Gotcha.
I had kids as a youngster. You know what I'm saying? So my thing was, I said even now, it would be hard to get me to go to parties every weekend. I've been so stuck in trying to take care of my family and make moves that going back, I actually had to think about it last night. I said, damn, we was in a whole other world.
Yeah.
That's a total different lifestyle.
Yeah.
To have to be out every night, and even when you're not playing, you got to go support somebody and check the vibes and show your face.
It's a hell of a situation, trust me.
Hell
of a situation.
It's not easy.
What about English, before you go? Is he still a part of Innocent Sound, or what's the dynamics there?
No, English isn't a part of Innocent, but that's still going to be my little brother for life.
Gotcha.
It was never even a thing where we even had a conversation. It was just, I would say with English, it just faded to black.
Gotcha.
And English still doing up his thing. Big up Proper English.
Proper English is the man,
Yeah, so, but it just faded out because there were certain things, it's hard when you're your own entity already to join a sound. Because, you got that window where, okay, well, I would have got this booking on my own. So what can I put towards the sound financially or whatever? Because all of this, a sound takes money to keep going also. Yeah. So if you're playing for 500, we're going to need 100 to go in that bank account. Because a sound could be very easy if everybody all the moving parts, go ahead, take your dates. You get 600, put 150 in the account. So when a clash come up, we got some money for some dubs and blah, blah, because we're already going to come out of pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're never satisfied when it comes to this.
Right. Is it worth it, do you think?
Is it worth it? Yeah, it's always going to be worth it because you got to remember, this is the world we live in and this is what we love.
Gotcha.
So it's always worth it. I could play a dub right now in my house. Nobody's there, and I could just remember, Lord God, when I cut this, yo. Like, there's so many stories, Rico. I remember when I met you.
Yeah.
I think it was Juggler. I think it was Natural Vibes and Innocent at Gal Farm. And Noah was with you when they was interviewing us at a radio station.
Yeah, that was downtown at Peacock. Oh, my God. What year was that?
Man, that had to be like 2000, 2001.
Yeah, 01. God damn.
It was you and Noah.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, so you got to remember how long we've really been doing this.
Wow.
So, you know, at this point, like, my thing is just, you know, just family first. You know, take care of what I need to take care of. And no matter what we do, just remember we're going to get old. So my thing is, you know, how am I going to do this? Okay, pension is only going to pay this much if I retire at this age. 401k, boom, boom, boom. That's where my mind is at right now.
Gotcha.
It's always music. That's going to be there, but I also got to think what happens after music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
What advice do you have to give to young selectors coming up in the business today?
Just be loyal to yourself, man. Just be loyal. And when I say loyal to yourself, I don't mean just do what you can do for you. When I say loyal to yourself, see, that's the problem with the sound business. You got people that are just loyal to themselves, and they'll jump on a sound. 2 weeks, they're on another sound, then they're on another sound. When I say be loyal to yourself, if you know you're not the type of person that could work with a team, just don't do it.
Gotcha.
Build your name on your own. Don't try to use everybody as a stepping stone and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just be true to the art that you love. Whatever you love in the music, just do it.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. You got artists like Mad Spider, played sound for how long? He was always a good artist before he played sound. Well, before we knew him as the person playing sound. Right. He was already, me and him used to rap. So just imagine if he was doing the artist thing when he was wasting those years trying to be a sound man.
Yeah. Wow.
You know?
Wow.
So just be true to what you love. Don't let anybody like steer your wheel for you.
Gotcha. Will we ever see a Nasheen Fire Dappa Lee reunion on Innocent at any point?
I don't even know the answer to that. I mean, it's funny. I get that question all the time, but it's not something that I think about.
Gotcha.
And I don't think it's.
I mean, you guys still communicate.
Yeah, we communicate. Okay. Right. But it's not something that, you know, we think about. You know?
It's almost like a baby face matter on.
Yeah, I mean, I think that has happened.
It has happened.
It did, right?
Yeah, it has happened.
Yeah. So I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's my life doesn't depend on it, and neither does his. You get what I'm saying? Gotcha. And there's more parts to Innocent.
Right.
It's not just me. You know, you got Baja Killer and Jerry in Jamaica, Neely and Juxie in Miami, Taylor Deer. So, you know,
gotcha.
It's just whatever happens at the time. And sometimes some things are just good for the moment, and that's what it was. Because at the end of the day, me and Nasheen built each other.
That's a good way of looking at it.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's like, to me, there's no Weepo without a Rory, but there's no Rory without a Weepo.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
I knew Babyface with Danny Dredd. I didn't know Matarana in a city. You know what I'm saying?
To me, he really made his name
on Addies. Right.
Yeah.
And then he went on his own and just
blew up. Yeah.
But because he already got that backing that he made on Addies.
Correct.
That's what pushed him up.
Correct.
You get what I'm saying? Correct. So yeah, we all feed off of each other when it comes to this music business. And you gotta understand what's good from what's not good. You know what I mean? The chemistry is always going to be there because me and Nasheen didn't ever have to practice. I've played events where Nasheen couldn't be there and Nico Bam Bam is there. And Nico, I'll just be like, Nico, come MC. And he'd be like, all right. And Nico's like, I wonder if Dappa's going to. And everything was just going. The chemistry is there. It's natural.
Right.
You know, people got this thing that you got to practice. There's no practice in this. If you know what you're doing and I know what I'm doing, we're good.
And the timing is there.
Exactly, because timing comes with just knowing the music.
Correct.
This song got an 8-bar intro. This song got a 4-bar intro. Once you see me let go that mix, you got 4 bars or you got 8 bars to get your speech
Basic.
out.
Basics.
Yeah.
Elementary. People, my special guest today, Dappa Lee. Yo, man, I got to tell you, man, I appreciate it. Because I know you don't do interviews.
Nah, I do, but it's...
Not much.
Yeah, like, you know, I do the ones... sometimes I'm just comfortable from my home. But, it takes a while to get me on a podcast to play music or anything like that. But I do come around, you know. But there's so much other things. Like I said, I'm just thinking about my future. I'm not really... Because I know the music come natural. Right. I don't have to work hard for the music. Music works for me.
Got it.
So it's everything else around that I have to do when I leave the music. That's what I'm more focused on.
Got it. My brother, appreciate you, man.
No doubt.
Do remember to subscribe to the channel. It's at YouTube.com/Ricovibes. My special guest today, Dappa Lee, Innocent Sound. We'll catch you next time on another edition of Take 5.
Up.
This episode of Take 5 with Ricovibes is brought to you by
The Scorpion Cup Clash happens to be Saturday, November the 16th, inside of the Case Oasis. It's all about representing the UK. Natural or Fear
Natural affair, a sound go on. Bird a sound go on.
versus Blood Posse representing the USA.
The boy they over there so them get gunshot regular. Running up blood posse and get killed regular.
Sound provided by Rhythm Rider, big jumping by Enterprise Squad, and it's all hosted by Ghetto Hype and Cypress. The clash starts at 11:30. But tell us something, that warrior, I got mad. Make sure you line up your crew, cause sound I got dead. Limited advance early bird tickets are $30. Contact 617-799-3179 to lock in your early clash tickets. Case Oasis, it's the Scorpion Cup Clash, Saturday, November the 16th. It's all powered by Mikey Million. The war is on.
Don't pass it, here we go, no child, Lord, sorry, no child.
Natural affair.